Your business.
Take that, Anthony Davis. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? That's how you wave to Anthony Davis now. Just wave
welcome to Sports Nation. Kerry Champion, Marcellus Wiley, LZ Granderson. How are you guys?
Oh, we're good.
We
missed you. I know.
Well, or no, I saw. Why'd you leave that at my cubicle?
I didn't go to
you left a note that said don't come back.
Oh. That was my agent. My agent left that note. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Go and play.
Contract year.
Presented by Toyota up first. You're in luck. He was like, I didn't go to your
Oh, hey, what you talking about, Willis?
Andrew Luck still isn't throwing regulation football, but he will be back. Yesterday, Luck said there's a timetable for his return. He didn't want to share. Luck also said he plans on following all the steps because basically he skipped some last time, and that's why he's in this position. More from Luck on his recovery.
I've not picked up the Duke and started throwing it yet, and I don't want to skip steps. I'm trusting the process that I'm in right now very, very much. I'm trusting myself in this process, and when the time is right, I'll pick it up. There is a timetable, but I'm not going to share it with you guys. Again, I'm very, very confident and very, very optimistic that I am going to be absolutely fine and come back better than I was.
So the Colts organization, they pump faked us last year. They had us believing that he was coming, right? He did not get here.
Yeah.
And so now I feel as if, was he forgotten? I mean, I really, truly feel like people forgot about him. What's your gut telling you about this, Marcellus?
I feel for him. Look, I've been in the same position, different level, not a franchise quarterback, but you come to that realization that there's no I in team, but there is a me. And when you come to that realization, you stop doing things for the team. Listen to what he's saying. He's being pragmatic about it. I'm not skipping steps this time, which means last time you were out there trying to do it for the team. We always talk about Andrew Luck in respects of, oh, he's really fighting through all the adversity, and he's the most contacted quarterback out there, but he still lines up every single Sunday. You know what happens to that? Yeah, exactly. No more meat on that bone now, so this guy has to go out there and basically build himself up from scratch. I feel for the brother.
I feel for the Colts, because their franchise quarterback isn't throwing. So what does that mean? He's not your franchise quarterback. I'm sorry. We're talking about season 2 now of him not throwing.
Yeah.
How can you be a franchise quarterback if you're not actually throwing the football? So Jacoby Brissett, there's eating team as well. This is the time to eat.
Well,
Exactly.
but there's some conflicting reports because they say, in fact, he is throwing, but he wouldn't say he was throwing. He said regulation size balls.
Right.
He
was throwing tennis balls, and then he moved up to the Nerf balls, but he has not thrown an NFL football, which lets you know they have to build this guy back up from scratch. And that means they tore him down in the process of him going out there being a gladiator.
Let me tell you, him and Choir on the phone.
Yeah, you better
be. It is what it is. Aaron Rodgers has made it clear that losing his favorite target, Jordy Nelson, and his quarterback coach, Alex Van Pelt, not a good look. In an interview with Milwaukee radio station last week, he basically talked about what was going on. He goes, I think it's pretty clear that players play and coaches coach and personnel people make their decisions. That's the way they want it. All right, so we've heard this in our business, too. You make your stars happy. Do you think that the Packers don't care that Aaron Rodgers is seemingly unhappy?
I mean, from the outside looking in, they seem like they're doing everything they can to make him successful. Look, they've been keeping the same sort of roster and coaching staff in place for some time now. How many Super Bowls have that gotten them over the years?
Uno.
I mean, since the one.
Well, I mean, don't take that one away, Lord. Take that one away, you got what I got.
But what I mean with that is that when you consider someone that is as talented as Aaron Rodgers, that does the thing that Aaron Rodgers can do, that despite only having one Super Bowl, we still consider him one of the greatest of all time, that means he's been somewhat underutilized or undervalued. And so what they've done is blown up the team and say, you know what, we need to get better for Aaron Rodgers because he's been carrying us for too long by himself.
I don't know if this is blowing up the team to get better. If you think about it, no Jordy Nelson, obviously, he played himself into that position. You talk about bringing in Jimmy Graham, that's a plus.
That's a plus.
But at the same time,
the defense.
Respect for the defense.
You know,
but
the fastball is gone.
Your running back is a receiver. Respect the Ty Montgomery. But I mean, it's just like, where's this going? Like, where's your
quarterback coach? Like, is that bizarre to you?
Former teammate of mine, Alex Van Pelt. It's interesting when you break up that bond relationship, you know friction has been created. But it seems like the brass is sitting there saying, we don't care. Or you're so talented, make up for these issues and voids on our roster. I'm going with that side.
All right.
No,
Well,
they ain't trying to.
a giant decision. This is interesting, folks. I don't know if you read this. Matt Lombardo of NJ.com reporting unnamed NFL talent event. I hate the unnamed folks. The Giants would take Sam Darnold if he's there at 2, but they would not take Josh Rosen. Kuiper and McShay, our guys, basically have Darnold ranked ahead of Rosen. But LZ, our producers say you got a different take. Let me hear it.
Here it is.
You know, because we're in L.A., we get to see both these guys in a way much of the national media hasn't over the years. And the one thing that we know for sure is that Sam Darnold is a really organized, smart, well-coached quote machine. Josh Rosen is actually the one who comes across more authentic. And having lived in New York, I know the one thing they really value in New York, authenticity. When you're struggling and you start getting these corporate sort of answers in terms of why the team is struggling, I don't know if that's going to play well. I think Josh Rosen is more, in terms of personality, the kind of person that's going to be more authentic and something that people will be able to gravitate towards. Because when the success comes, you're with someone who's been genuine as opposed to someone who's just been giving you these boring corporate answers.
I like that match together. You disagree?
Well-articulated argument mapped on the wrong circumstance. What the hell are you talking about?
Here you go.
When Eli Manning is your quarterback, is that not a quote machine? Has that worked out to the tune of 2 Super Bowls and no one really had an issue with Eli Manning until Eli Manning had an issue with playing well? And then all of a sudden it was time, Eli Manning, we're going to bench you. Then we're going to deal with the backlash. You could be a quote machine in New York as long as you get the W's. Here's the problem. When you get the L's, who do you want around? I know both of these guys. Let me just say this. If you had to pick, when you're taking the L, who you want around you is Sam Darnold, because that authenticity you're talking about is going to expose a lot of problems.
But how do you know that when Sam Darnold's taking significantly less L's than Josh Rosen? Josh Rosen is the one who's actually, no offense, Kerry, but he's the one that's used to taking the L's from UCLA.
He's used to taking the L's, and that's why his name is being dragged through the mud, in part because when he's taking those L's, that has been exposed.
What about this unnamed evaluator? What if this is all smoke and mirrors? You know this happens around this time of year. So this could just be a way for the Giants to actually get Rosen and make these other people.
Oh, yeah. It could be trade talk, poker play. This is how you do it when you're at the top of the draft, manipulating what Cleveland may do, manipulating what's going to happen around the 1 to the 2 to the 3 position.
I think that's all this is at the end of the day.
It's more than that, though. Just let you know.
Time for cheers. Nets Spencer. Did you see this? This is for Nets Spencer Dinwiddie. Do you know him?
Dinwiddie. That sounds familiar.
Do you know Dinwiddie? Throws the ball out of bounds.
You got my son's hair. Let me see that fro.
Lottery bound.
Yeah, no.
Not him.
Not him. The other one?
That's the pick that Cleveland got. Cleveland picking that.
He didn't mean to do that. Meanwhile, 2 cheers for this young lad, Brian Holiday.
Holiday.
That's just.
Oh.
No?
Talking about short arming.
They should have kept Stanton.
You stupid. He should have just stayed there. He's the best.
And you guys talked about this earlier. Y'all said it was a business decision. No? Michael B?
Oh, yeah, Michael B.
Absolutely.
He didn't want any part of LeBron's
yeah.
But here's the thing, it's a half business decision, because you're still on the poster. Now you're on the poster just running by.
That's a hell no.
That's a hell no moment.
But nothing good's going to come. Either you're going to foul them, get dunked on, like Thornwell did yesterday for them Clippers. Did y'all see that dunk?
No.
Best dunk of the year. Best dunk of the year.
Nobody. Coming up next.
Yeah, I can't deal with you.
OKC clinches a playoff spot. We're talking about Russell Westbrook. What do you think about him?
That boy good.
Insane. Better hope Steph don't come back. It's on. Sports Nation.
Sports Nation is presented